And we'll go through this more carefully as well as other things today. Hillary Clinton revealed a national security secret during the debate. Right there in front of millions and millions of people. She violated the Espionage Act. Well, what else is it? She violated the Espionage Act. Now, she has a habit of violating the Espionage Act. I thought it was rather precious that she was going on about Putin and Russia. And by the way, what is it with these clown pseudo-conservatives who like Putin and what he's doing with Russia? The guy's a fascist thug. He's a killer. He's robbing his country blind. He's threatening our allies, and he's threatening us. Oh, that Putin, he's a good guy. What a bunch of putzes. But that's not my point. My point is, she said, there's Donald. He's making friends with this man, and this man has launched a cyber war against us, and he's hacking this, and he's hacking that. And I thought to myself, speaking of hacks, you were Secretary of State. Surely you knew of Putin's reputation. Surely you had information of Russia's capacity for cyber warfare. And yet you still had an unsecured private server. To me, that's the point. You had an unsecured private server. Now, we all sit around and say, well, we don't know if it was hacked. Of course it was hacked. Just because the idiot FBI director is in full cover-up and obstruction mode doesn't mean the rest of us have to sound stupid. He's hacking into everything, that creep. Yes, he's the enemy. But then again, so is Hillary Clinton. She's the enemy, too. That's right, I said it. And I'm going to expand on that during the program. And by the way, some people are writing dumber and dumber things. Krauthammer's piece in National Review today is as dumb as anything I've ever seen. And I'll get into that. But here's my question. Donald Trump on the election. Donald Trump might not accept the results. And you've heard it all day. You heard it yesterday. I posted it first on Facebook right during the debate. So what are they talking about? Doesn't anyone remember the 2000 election? He brought lawsuit after lawsuit, appeal after appeal. He did more to undermine America's faith in elections than any human being on the face of the earth. He's the only presidential candidate in American history to challenge a vote like he did. And now we have a candidate who says, look, I'm going to look at the results and I'll see what I'm going to do. Well, my God, that's horrifying. You can't do that. Oh, my God. So I thought to myself, not only is that BS, but you know, we have this vote every 4 years for president and vice president, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of the Constitution. We have a popular vote. We have an electoral college system. And they talk about under our system, the peaceful transfer of power. And I thought to myself, is this the only part of the Constitution these buffoons actually like? Why isn't it horrific when the rest of the Constitution is violated? Why isn't it horrific when Barack Obama violates separation of powers? Why isn't it horrific when the House of Representatives surrenders the spending clause? Why isn't it horrific when the United States Senate surrenders the treaty provision in the Constitution? Why isn't it horrific when the First Amendment, Second, Fourth, Fifth, Ninth, Tenth, all come under attack? They have just as much weight in our Constitution as a presidential election, and they don't even talk about it. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? We have federal elections because they're required by the Constitution. So the statists and the Republican knuckleheads, many of whom are on TV, I ask them, where are you on the rewriting of the Constitution or ignoring other parts of the Constitution? Why should elections be sacrosanct when the rest of the Constitution's not sacrosanct? Why isn't that horrific or a threat to our nation when other parts of the Constitution are rejected? I'm just curious. Hillary Clinton, on her Supreme Court answer, I'll get to that, underscoring what she said in the prior debate. She does not believe in a Supreme Court. She believes in a leftist Politburo that will uphold every cockamamie left-wing policy that she can come up with. What about that? She doesn't honor The whole notion of the Article 3 under our Constitution of what judges are supposed to be. Did you hear anybody talk about that? Abortion. She says Roe v. Wade needs to be upheld. Roe v. Wade isn't even in the Constitution. But even so, she supports the most radical, extreme, horrific form of abortion, where a baby, 1 minute before birth, is pulled into the canal head first, its spine is snapped, its neck is broken, and then it's pulled out dead. For choice, in order to appeal to women. Does that appeal to women? I ask women out there, does that appeal to you? Does that appeal to you? She supports open borders, period. That's what she said. Open borders, period. Is that not radical? Is that not extreme? What will that do to the country? To the culture, to the demographics? But even more, crime, terrorism, she said open borders. She said not one more penny will be added to the debt under her programs. Ladies and gentlemen, the breadth of what she is proposing is so massive that it'll make the New Deal, the Square Deal, the Fair Deal, the Great Society, and Obama's transformation look like a game. And $1.1 trillion in tax increases. Oh, we'll get that from the rich. No, she won't get it from the rich. They'll redefine rich. Can't we at least accept how they screw over the American people time and time again? Look at Obamacare. Everybody's hurt by Obamacare. Their policies aren't aimed at this group or that group. That's the propaganda. That's the camouflage. It's aimed at all of you. Of course she's a nasty woman. Oh, my God, that's sexist. No, it's not. I called her a woman. She's a woman, and she's nasty. You know what we call that? English. You know what her husband is? A nasty man. And you know what they both are? Disgusting human beings. There. Now what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. Let's start with this. Hillary at the debate. The 4 minutes that the whole world heard. The whole world heard Hillary Clinton violate the Espionage Act. Gross negligence. She revealed this. Cut 21, go.
But here's the deal. The bottom line on nuclear weapons is that when the president gives the order, it must be followed. There's about 4 minutes between the order being given and the people responsible for launching nuclear weapons to do so.
First I ever heard that, and I served in the highest positions of the Reagan administration. She's got ads running. I'm in Florida now. She's got ads running all over Florida with some jerk in a basement walking out saying, I used to be responsible for... I thought, you were? God help us. Then I also thought to myself, as I do often, they're playing the race card. They're playing the woman card. They're playing the you can't trust them with nuclear weapons card. They are playing every card they can think of. Every Democrat card is being thrown out there. Every damn one you can think of. But Ash Carter, he's the Secretary of Defense, by the way. At least that's what they say. He was asked about this at a press conference. Let's hear what he said. Cut 20, go.
Is it classified to discuss nuclear launch timeframes? It's either classified or it's not.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to answer your first part because it is cast in terms of the ongoing presidential campaign. And I said repeatedly, I'm not going to answer questions.
Shut up, you idiot. You're useless. You're pathetic. As you slash and burn the United States military rather than standing up for it. It's nothing to do with the context of the presidential election. Simple question, is it classified or not? Now, let me help out the reporter. Yes, it obviously is, because his answer otherwise would have been, of course not, she's wrong. Of course not, she's wrong. So I want America to know. The former Secretary of State, who lies like a dog, a nasty woman, who used her position to violate the Espionage Act, to obstruct justice, to undermine Congress, to undermine the FBI and the Justice Department, who clearly gave secrets to the enemy because she told us over and over again during that debate that Putin has been hacking all over the place. But of course he wouldn't hack her unsecured server, now would he? Of course he would. But she just revealed how long it takes from the time the president orders the launching of a nuclear missile to the time it's launched. And I can assure you, our enemies, Russia, our enemies in China, are all meeting, trying to formulate potential responses to this. Now I ask you, do you want her anywhere close to the nuclear button? Do you want her anywhere close to top secret classified information? Do you want her anywhere close to the Pentagon, to the NSA, to the DIA, to the CIA? Is this woman, this nasty woman, is she capable of being commander-in-chief, given what we already know about her? Not the hyperbole and suggestions of, oh, that Trump you can't trust. She has demonstrated in her public capacity, in her official capacity, that she's irresponsible, that she's dangerous, and that she's nasty. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.